Most people think becoming yourself is about adding something. More skills, more confidence, more money, a better body, a stronger personality. But becoming yourself is not about addition. It's about subtraction. When you were a child, you didn't try to be someone. You just were. You were curious without needing permission. You expressed emotions without filtering them. You liked what you liked. You said what you thought. You moved toward what excited you and away from what felt wrong. Then slowly, almost invisibly, layers were added. Be polite, be realistic, be successful, be impressive, be normal, be likable, and over time, the original signal got buried under noise. So the real question is not, how do I become someone? The real question is, who am I underneath all of this? The first step to becoming yourself is awareness. Most people never pause long enough to notice how much of their life is automatic. They speak in ways they think will be accepted. They choose careers that sound respectable. They adopt opinions from their environment. They chase goals they never consciously selected. Start by observing yourself without judgment. Notice when you say yes, but feel no. Notice when you laugh at something that isn't funny to you. Notice when you stay quiet, even though something inside you wants to speak. Awareness is the beginning of freedom. You cannot change what you do not see. The second step is separating your voice from everyone else's. Inside your head, there are many voices. The voice of your parents, the voice of teachers, the voice of culture, the voice of social media, the voice of fear. And then there is your voice. At first, they all sound the same, but you can tell them apart by the way they feel. The borrowed voices are loud, urgent, and critical. They speak in shoulds. You should be further. You should be better. You should want this. You should not feel that. Your voice is quieter. It speaks in curiosity. It says, I wonder. It says, this feels right. It says, this doesn't sit well with me. Learning to recognize that difference changes everything. The third step is allowing yourself to disappoint people. This is one of the hardest parts. Many of us built our identity around being good, reliable, impressive, needed. If you start expressing your real preferences, you might unsettle people. If you change direction, someone might not understand. If you say no, someone might be frustrated. But you cannot be authentic and universally approved at the same time. It's impossible. The moment you choose alignment over approval, you step closer to yourself. The fourth step is reclaiming your attention. In a world that constantly pulls you outward, becoming yourself requires going inward. If every free second is filled with scrolling, noise, and distraction, you never get the silence necessary to hear yourself. Spend time alone without input. Walk without headphones. Sit without reaching for your phone. Journal without editing. Ask yourself simple questions. What do I actually want? What am I pretending not to know? What am I tolerating that drains me? The answers may not come immediately, but if you create space, they will surface. The fifth step is telling the truth in small ways. You don't need a dramatic life overhaul. Authenticity grows through tiny acts of honesty. Saying, actually, I don't agree. Admitting, I'm not okay. Sharing, this matters to me. These small moments build self-trust, and self-trust is the foundation of identity. Every time you betray yourself, you weaken that foundation. Every time you honor yourself, you strengthen it. The sixth step is facing your fear of being seen. Many people don't struggle with finding themselves. They struggle with showing themselves. It's one thing to know you want to create art. It's another to share it. It's one thing to know you think differently. It's another to voice it. Being seen means being vulnerable. It means someone might misunderstand you. It means someone might reject you. But hiding costs more. Hiding slowly erodes your sense of self. Expression, even imperfect expression, builds it. The seventh step is integrating your shadow. Becoming yourself is not about becoming your ideal version. It's about embracing your full range, your strengths and your flaws, your ambition and your laziness, your kindness and your anger. If you reject parts of yourself, they don't disappear, they go underground. And what goes underground controls you from the shadows. Instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this, ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Instead of pretending you are always strong, admit when you are insecure. Wholeness creates stability. Perfection creates tension. The eighth step is choosing your values consciously. If you don't define what matters to you, the world will define it for you. Status, comparison, consumption, speed. But what do you value? Freedom, depth, creativity, family, mastery, peace. When your daily actions align with your values, you feel grounded. When they don't, you feel fragmented. Becoming yourself means building a life around your values, not someone else's expectations. The ninth step is taking responsibility for your direction. It's easy to blame circumstances, your upbringing, your job, your environment, and yes, these things influence you. But at some point, becoming yourself requires ownership. You may not have chosen your starting point, but you are choosing your next step. Responsibility is not about guilt, it's about power. The moment you accept that your life is shaped by your decisions, you regain control. The 10th step is being patient with the process. Identity is not built in a weekend. You will question yourself. You will change your mind. You will take steps that don't feel right and then adjust. That's not failure. That's refinement. Becoming yourself is less like constructing a building and more like sculpting. You chip away what doesn't belong. You refine what remains. And slowly something clear emerges. The 11th step is detaching from comparison. The fastest way to lose yourself is to constantly measure yourself against others, their timeline, their personality, their achievements, their lifestyle. Comparison pulls you away from your own path and into someone else's. You cannot become yourself while trying to become a copy. Your path will look different. It will unfold at a different pace. That's not a disadvantage. That's authenticity. The 12th step is aligning your environment with who you are becoming. People influence identity. So do spaces. So do habits. If you are constantly surrounded by people who expect the old version of you, it becomes harder to grow. If your daily routines reinforce behaviors you've outgrown, you stay stuck. You don't need to cut everyone off or move across the world, but small adjustments matter. Spend more time with people who encourage honesty. Design your space to reflect your priorities. Create routines that support your values. The 13th step is practicing self-compassion. As you peel away old layers, you might feel grief. Grief for the years spent people-pleasing. Grief for dreams you ignored. Grief for the version of yourself that was trying so hard to survive. Be gentle with that version. It did the best it could with what it knew. Self-compassion is not weakness, it's stability. When you treat yourself with understanding instead of criticism, growth becomes sustainable. The 14th step is committing to authenticity daily. Becoming yourself is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. Every conversation, every choice, every boundary. You are constantly either reinforcing who you truly are or drifting away from it. Ask yourself at the end of each day, did I act in alignment with myself? Where did I shrink? Where did I stand tall? Small reflections compound over time. And finally, understand this. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. There is a version of you that feels calm because it is not pretending. There is a version of you that feels powerful because it is aligned. There is a version of you that feels free because it is honest. That version is not in the future. It is underneath the noise. Becoming yourself is not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. It's subtle. It's courageous in invisible ways. It's choosing truth over comfort, alignment over approval, depth over distraction. And if you stay with that process long enough, if you keep subtracting what is not you and strengthening what is, you will look back one day and realize something profound. You didn't build a new identity. You uncovered your own. If this helped you, consider subscribing.